from Gold Coast. You're our next caller, and a very warm welcome to you.
Yeah, thanks for taking my call. I'm just curious on Roger's valuation of Telstra at the moment, and if the panel think that they're good buying at the moment under $3.
Yeah, because of course, as we all know, yesterday Telstra hit $2.96, equal record low. Today closed at $3.01, up by 5 cents. But you know, it's a far cry from when it was $9 something.
Yeah, now, Nina, you're not going to say it for me, so I'll just say 2 weeks ago on the program, I said the value was about $3. And that's where it is. And at the time, I think it was $3.30 or thereabouts. So it's down about 10% from 2 weeks ago.
So it's fair value now.
If you actually know what it's going to be in 5 years' time, and you don't.
But nobody knows what it's going to be in a year's time.
I said this a fortnight ago. In the last 10 years, mobile phone subscriptions have gone from 8 million to 22 million. Internet penetration in the home has gone from 35% to almost 90%. And subscription TV, where you work, has I think it's now almost 40% penetration into Australian homes, and that's without first rights for the sporting events. So Telstra's had its fingers in all those pies, and yet its profit today is exactly the same as what it was a decade ago. So with all that growth, with all that tremendous opportunity, it hasn't been able to increase its profits. And so that's reflected in the value. The value of Telstra 10 years ago, in 2000, remember, that's when the price was $9. The value of Telstra 10 years ago was $3.96. The value of it today is $3.01. It'll be $3.35 next year and $3.18 the year after that, if you believe you know what it's going to be, and you don't.
Our next caller, thank you for that call, Andrew. We've got Jason from Brisbane as our next caller. Hi, Jason.
Good evening. My question is just about QBE, please. Just what the panel's thoughts are on it.
Yeah, it's a good one to call up about because it's currently at $23, down by about 24 cents today. Got asked about this last night on the program, actually, and one of the brokers that we had on said very clearly, best insurer in Australia, end of story.
It's one of the best companies in the country. There's no doubt about that.
So people are wondering why has the share price been like it is?
One of the few companies that's been able to execute on a strategy of acquisition. I actually owned a company many years ago called OAMPS, which was subsequently bought by Wesfarmers. But I remember crossing my fingers hoping that QBE would buy it, and I'd end up with some QBE shares. The reality is that the business, Frank O'Halloran has been an amazing acquirer of businesses and done a great job. But here's the thing, if the question is, why isn't the share price doing much? Well, the reality is that the value of this business is 24.05, but next year it's actually declining to $19.36, and then the following year it goes up to about $22. So on a net basis, the valuation of this company is actually dropping over the next 2 years. That's not something that inspires confidence. Generally, you want to buy a business whose value is going up. And QBE is a business over the next 2 years based on estimates. Well, the return on, you're going to ask why.
Yeah.
Why does the value drop? Well, it drops because the return on equity is going to be flat, and maybe the equity is not going to grow, or the profits are being paid out. More of the profits are being paid out, and so whatever the reason, and I'd have to go through it, but the value is actually declining a bit. So the share price at the moment is it around $23? $23, okay, yeah, so it's $22.99 on this sheet. So it's trading a little bit less than its current value, but unfortunately that value is going down. You don't want to buy businesses whose value is falling.
We've got Dean, who's dialed in from Adelaide. Hi, Dean.
Hi, Nina. How you going?
I'm really well, thank you, and thanks for calling in.
Thanks, Nina. This question actually is directed to Roger a little bit. Worley Parsons, I know the value of it is at $24.33, whatever it is, but the intrinsic value I'd like to know, and also about Worley's, is that more US dollar related? Like the US dollar's been going up steadily for the last 2 months now. That was the reason why they had such a big downgrade, and are people waking up to the US dollar going up? Do they think that, shouldn't it be going up a bit more, because that was the reason why it went down in the first place?
Dean, I have to tell you that this business is a good business. It has a terrific return on equity, and it's a business that I'd be happy to own if I wasn't so fearful about what's going on in China. Having said that, I have been really slack. I've had a lot of people who've actually asked me to value Worley Parsons, and I haven't got around to it. So what I will do is, if you go to the website, I'll put a valuation up on there for you, because I've had so many people from your program write to me and ask me to value it, and I just didn't get around to it.
www.rogermontgomery.com to get that from tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow lunchtime. In my ceremony of retirement, I'm on tuck shop duty tomorrow, so it'll be after lunch.
Well, I'm glad you're on this, mate. We've got Michael from the Central Coast as our next caller. Hi, Michael.
Hi, I'm just ringing about Chemgenics. I think the code is CXS. It was waiting for federal approval
FDA
for its drug for treatment of leukemia. I think the final approval was on a meeting that was going to be held in February, but because of bad weather it was cancelled, and there's another date.
They were having the meeting outside, were they?
Yeah, I was thinking in this day and age, you know, you can always do teleconferencing or video conferencing, but anyway, whatever. Chemgenics, CXS is the stock code, and it's currently at 68 cents. Did go down by about 6% today, actually.
I've only got one thing to say about any company where there's a product with the potential for FDA approval, and then once it's got FDA approval, you know, being commercialised without any competition to knock it off its perch. If it's not actually generating a profit and it's not actually selling the product or licensing the product to a manufacturer or to, you know, a distributor, then it's very, very hard to value, and in fact you are speculating. So you need to be very, very careful that some of these things just can't be valued until they're actually in production. Now, I don't know the story for Chemgenics, and I'll do something on that tomorrow as well.
Troy from the Central Coast as well, our next caller. Hi, Troy.
G'day, panel. How are you?
Well, thanks.
I was just ringing up just in regards to AXA and NAB and AMP obviously circling around it at the moment. I just wanted to see what the panel's thoughts about that were, and wondering if Roger can give us a couple of ideas on what his couple of top A1 stocks are at the moment, just for some further research.
All right, well, OK, let's take a look at AXA first up, because you're right, it's a whole interesting story, isn't it, what's going on there? You've got NAB, AMP, everyone involved.
Whoever pays... Can I interrupt?
Yes.
Sorry, because I'm really excited about this. This is Wesfarmers buying Coles all over again. This is Foster's buying Southcrop. I'm really, really worried. If NAB gets this, I wouldn't want to own NAB, because AXA's price currently is way, way, way above its valuation.
$6.44.
The valuation's less than half. So whoever gets it, good luck to them. You know, if they can turn it around, fantastic. You know, it strikes me that CEOs in this country are besotted by, or, you know, I think they're too influenced by their reading of that the Brothers Grimm story of the frog-kissing princess. You know, there's all these CEOs out there who think they're going to, you know, kiss a corporate toad and it's going to turn into a prince, and there's a corporate backyard full of toads, you know, so they don't work. By and large, I hope NAB gets it right, if NAB gets it, or if AMP gets it, but it is so expensive. They have got no margin of error.
Troy from the Central Coast, no, it's very interesting what you have to say. You wanted to know a couple of your A1 stocks, so just quickly.
Okay, A1, the Reject Shop, JB Hi-Fi, Woolworths, CBA. There's 4.
Okay, well, that's good to know about. And there you go, Troy, you wanted a couple there. Steve from Rockhampton, you're going to get in. Steve, hi.
Thank you very much for taking my call. A question for Roger. What's the current valuation of BHP?
Oh, that's a big one.
I had that last week. Why weren't you watching
A1?
2 weeks ago? Yeah, BHP's closed. No, I think it's B1. I think BHP's actually a B1. I don't have it with me, but I know I've written about it already, and we talked about it a fortnight ago. I don't want to guess at the number. I didn't bring my sheet today.
You didn't bring BHP?
I'm sorry, because we talked about it a fortnight ago, so I thought I didn't need to bring it in today. But I have written about it already. I'll put it up tomorrow.
Just another minute left on the clock, and I want to chat to you guys about Lend-Lease, actually.
I'm looking at the clock too, Nina. I can see it, 38 seconds. The price, about $9.67 or thereabouts I've got on my sheet. It's worth $5.65.